Hello everyone, I'm Miguel Sanchez. Thank you for coming and welcome to another episode of the World of Blocks. So welcome everyone, we're so glad here, and believe me, we come to the final extra story before we get to another main story tomorrow. So be prepared for this. I hope you're ready because it's go time, yeah! So welcome to the World of Blocks. Unfortunately, there is no logo history today because it's gonna take a lot of hard work for me to finish an episode of logo history. So unfortunately, there will be no logo history today. Sorry about the people, but there will be episodes of Mochi Monsters biography and Significant Origins later on today. So please stay tuned for that. And if you have seen our previous episode, our previous story, it was Romance Season 20. Link on the top right corner of your screen. The episode is right up there for you to watch right now. But anyways, let's get right into the story, shall we? Here we go. And we're down to the final extra story before the main one tomorrow. It's A Dangerous Wish. So, hope this learned your lesson by now, because if you're ready for this, so am I. Let's get into the story. I believe this is going to be a lot of fun. Two characters that we'll be seeing here. Yeah, they're the start of this story. So if you're ready, let's begin. Before we do, credit goes to Infinite 70 Pound TV Art, he was the one who created all of this. Thank you, Infinite 70 Art. He made all of this, not me. So if you haven't seen it, so you want to go check it out, I'll leave his page down below in the video description. Thank you, Infinite 75 for the creation of the series. One last thing, warning, Lego Blocks is the property of Blue Sky Animation Studios, Alpha Blocks Limited, and the BBC, which of course is the British Broadcasting Corporation. No copyright infringement is intended. I own nothing. You have been warned. Got it? Good. Thank you for your attention. Now, enjoy the story. And by that, I mean, enjoy the show. The World of Blocks, A Dangerous Wish. While walking through Actinide Forest, Binarium picked up the sound of sobbing. Wanting to comfort whoever was upset, she walked towards the source and found her friend Darcetium behind a tree, bawling her eyes out. "What's wrong?" Binarium asked. Darcetium jumped a bit upon hearing another's voice and quickly tried to cover for herself. "Oh, nothing. I just hurt my knee, that's all." Binarium narrowed her eyes. "Not buying this lie. That's not the kind of crying you do after hurting yourself. This is a way bigger problem, isn't it?" Darcetium sighed in defeat. "It's a boy problem." "All right, who broke your heart?" Binarium had her wand raised, ready to blast the teeth right out of the jerk, who left her friend devastated. "No, it's not like that," Darcetium clarified. "The problem is that the guy I'm crushing on is a nuclear." "Oh, now this was a rather big problem. Everybody knew how dangerous it was for a nuclear chem block to come into contact with a non-radioactive block. After all, nobody wanted to get radiation sickness like Magica had." But nothing would stop Binarium from helping a friend. "Don't worry, buddy, I got this." She didn't wait for a response as she pointed her wand at Darcetium, which shot out a beam of light and pulled a mass of green energy from the chem block's body. Darcetium's eyes turned from pure green to white, with black pupils, and her arms changed from green to white. Binarium grinned as she held the ball of nuclear power with her magic. "Problem solved." Darcetium stared at the ball of energy. "Not really. Where are you gonna put that?" Binarium hadn't thought of that. I'm sure I can find a place for it." But Darcetium frowned and replied, "No, the risk of it leaking out and causing trouble is too big. Just look at how much nuclear energy that is. What if it spread to other lands?" Binarium sighed in defeat. "Fine." She put the nuclear energy back inside of Darcetium's body, causing football players' eyes and arms to revert to their normal color. "I'm so sorry. It's all right," Darcetium assured the witch. "It's only a crush. I'll be just fine being his friend." But her voice gave away her pain. As Darcetium was getting up and walking away, Binarium called after her. "Who are you crushing? Or are you even crushing on?" 22. Darcetium called back. He's just so magnificent on the field. As a football player herself, how could she resist someone who could split into two whole football teams? Darcetium went deeper into the forest, dejected. Then she spotted something that stood out amongst the muted colors of the irradiated woods. It was a purple doll with pink fox features. The camp block went over to it in curiosity, then jumped back when it started to move. It stood up and looked at her with a friendly smile. "Hi there," the doll said in a cheery female voice. "I'm Purple Prose, and you are?" "Darcetium," answered the surprised camp block. "How are you alive?" "That doesn't matter," Purple Prose replied dismissively. "What matters is that I can make your dreams come true." "How?" "I'm a magical wishing doll. I'll give you your heart's desire if you only just say what it is." Darcetium was skeptical, but right now she was desperate to be with the number block she loved. So she responded with, "I wish to be a non-nuclear block." "Why?" asked Purple Prose. "I'm deeply in love with a number block named 22, but I can't even touch him while being nuclear. We could only be together if I was a regular block." Purple Prose's eyes twinkled as she spun around and said, "Your wish is my command. I'll not only completely get rid of that pesky nuclear energy of yours, but I'll also turn you into a number block." Darcetium's eyes widened. "Wait, really? If I don't want to leave the other camp blocks, you won't have to. But don't you want to be on the same level as him? At the size you are, he's way bigger than you." Purple Prose had a point, as camp blocks were only about the size of one. "Okay," Darcetium agreed, "but don't make me a 110 or something. Just make me a size of that 22 would be comfortable with." "Deal. Just close your eyes." Darcetium did so, and if she had kept her eyes open, she would have seen Purple Prose's eyes turn black and dark energy enveloping her paws. The living doll took the nuclear energy right out of Darcetium, changing the camp block's form in the process of making her into a 10 number block. The nuclear energy went right into Purple Prose, turning the doll's eyes green. She ran off and disappeared into the shadows of the forest. And when Darcetium opened her eyes, and the doll was nowhere to be seen. "Hello, Purple Prose?" Then Darcetium looked down at herself, and to her joy, she found that her wish had been granted. She was now a number block, and judging by her white arms and legs, her radioactivity was gone. It was time to go to Numberland and pay 22 a visit. XXX. Over in Numberland, 22 was having a football match with 11. When he saw a new but somewhat familiar-looking 10 walking over to the football field, he waved to her. "Hi, who are you?" "It's me, Darcetium." 22 and 11's eyes widened in shock. "The hell!" exclaimed 11. "You're a camp block, not a number block. I became a number block, and so I could hang out with you guys," Darcetium told them. Not wanting to confess her feelings just yet. "Why don't we play a match together?" 11's eyes narrowed. A block didn't change into a completely different type of block just to hang out with two people. She walked up to Darcetium and said, "I think we should discuss this in private first." "Okay," replied Darcetium. "By the way, I'm not nuclear anymore." She took 11's arm in her own to demonstrate. 11 wound up dragging her out of 22's earshot to confront her about her real reason for becoming a number block. "You have a crush on him, don't you?" Darcetium was taken aback by her bluntness, but admitted the truth. "Yes, I knew we could be together with me being nuclear, but a magical wishing doll named Purple Prose offered to turn me into a number block, and here I am now." Elon was worried. "And what happened to your nuclear energy?" Purple Prose said she'd completely get rid of it. "I don't think we'll need to worry about stray radiation." "Come on, you can't just instantly Leave someone who offers to grant your wish. What if this is a trick? Okay, so I may have acted without thinking, but this is my only chance to be with him. You understand? You'll never sigh. I do understand. I'm just worried that this purple prose might have bad intentions. And what about the other chem blocks? I'll still be living in Chemland, and I'm sure the other chem blocks will understand why I made this decision. I'm sorry for doing it so abruptly, but when you're presented with this, with only one opportunity to pursue the block of your dreams, you just had to have it. 11 gave Darcetium a sympathetic look, having found love of her own with 14. Okay, then go for him. With his support, the former chem block went back to the field, with 11 watching her approach 22. So, up for a few rounds? Asked Darcetium. 22 still seemed shocked by her transformation, but smiled at her. Sure, but I won't go easy on you. XXX. Meanwhile, the now radioactive Purple Prose was about to have fun with her new powers. She pounced upon a flower, reducing it to a withered husk. She grinned as she thought about all the chaos she could cause for her master. Soon she spotted 3 blocks up ahead and recognized them as 21, Adventure, and Prometheum. As soon as Prometheum got distracted by nearby Fluffy, it latched onto him and started tickling. When 21 went over to pray it off of him, the Purple Prose targeted Adventure and charged at him. The jumper block spotted her in time and ducked out of the way, but Purple Prose still tried her best to bite him. Thankfully for Adventure, 21 quickly got the Fluffy off of Prometheum, who ran towards Purple Prose and tackled her to the ground. Who are you? He demanded. Purple Prose grinned. Just a magical witchy doll. With that, she turned into a shadow and disappeared. The 3 adventurous blocks stood there shocked, realizing what this display of her powers meant. You guys, Prometheus whispered. I think darkness has a new minion. XXX. Meanwhile, Darcetium was having a good time with 22, with 11 present, but keeping her distance so that the other 2 blocks could bond with each other. The former chem block was in a football match against her crush, with both of them giving it their all. Suddenly, 12 sped onto the scene. You guys! She exclaimed. Darkness's new minion is causing trouble in Neverland. Darcetium froze. Could it be? What does that new minion look like? She asked hesitantly. She's a purple and pink doll with fox spots. 12 answered. And she's got nuclear energy. Darcetium's heart sank as she realized that she had indeed been tricked. That wishing doll had run off with her power and was using it in service of the block, who was the current greatest threat to Infidia. She knew that she had to do something. Come on, guys, we need to fight her and stop her. Well, why? Asked 22, but 11 had already made the connection. That doll has my nuclear energy, Darcetium replied, and I need to take it back. XXX. Number blobs hopped away practically as Purple Prose walked towards them. She grinned wickedly, relishing in the fear and chaos she was causing. Darkness would be very pleased with her. A good chunk of Neverland had been single-handedly irradiated by her, with number blocks even fleeing to other lands in order to escape her rampage. When she saw several chem blocks marching towards her, she scowled. Here to ruin my fun, I see, she said, her gaze directed towards Nobelium, the leader of the nuclear chem blocks. Just trying to stop me! Nobelium gave an overconfident smirk. If you say so, attack! The self-appointed queen had only brought along 6 other nuclear chem blocks, though the ones she chosen were amongst the most powerful. As the team swung a Purple Prose with his scythe, the thorium shot bolts of electricity at her. Neptunium tried to blast her with his trident, and Meitnerium and Nihonium were attempting to take her down with their own magical attacks. Uranium flew around frantically, trying to punch Purple Prose out, but the sneaky little doll used her ability to turn into a shadow to evade all of her attackers. Eventually, Darcetium 22, 11, and 12 arrived at the scene. Purple Pros! Darcetium shouted, getting everyone's attention. Wait! Binarium couldn't believe her eyes. Darcetium, is that you? Yes, it is, Darcetium confirmed. I'm here to take my nuclear energy back, Purple Pro. I'm here to take my nuclear energy back, Purple Pros. In her shadowy form, Purple Pros smirked. But don't you want to stay in number block so you can be with 22? 22 looked at Darcetium in surprise. Wait, really? Darcetium knew there was no time to explain, so she gave it a quick, we'll talk about this after I get my powers back. How? Asked 12. Nobody can get to her while she's a shadow. Just look. Sure enough, Purple Pros was still in her shadow form, which made her immune to all of the Chem Block's attacks. Yes, but keep looking, said Darcetium. She can only attack while in her normal form. She was right, as Purple Pros kept popping up to launch dark magic attacks at her opponents. If we catch her by surprise, we might be able to beat her. You thinking what I'm thinking? Asked 11, holding up a football. You bet, replied Darcetium. She ran towards the battle, while 11 passed the ball over to 22, who waited for the right moment to kick it over to Darcetium. When Purple Pros noticed him with the ball, she slunk right over to the number block, switching to her normal form, and bit him on the arm. 22 yelped in pain as he fell over, the radiation already making him feel very nauseous. Seeing what happened, Darcetium ran over to Purple Pros and kicked the football right into her face, knocking it all over. Binarium took this opportunity to cast her magic on Purple Pros, freezing her in place. Now there was only one thing left to do. Make me a Chem Block again, Darcetium demanded. Purple Pros growled at her. If you turn back to normal, you'll never be with 22. I can live with that. The safety of everyone in Infidia is far more important than a simple crush. Having no choice, Purple Pros relented, mustering her magic to give all the energy back to Darcetium, transforming her back into a Chem Block for good. Afterwards, she heard 11 cry out in horror. 22 is very sick, she shouted. 22 was indeed in a sorry state, with Purple Pros despite having left him on the ground, struggling to breathe and choking out a bit of blood. No! Darcetium yelled upon seeing her crushed like this. She turned to Binarium. You know how to spell a fix. You know a spell to fix this, right? Sure I do. Binarium waved her wand around, then directed it at 22. After the spell was cast, he stood up, feeling somewhat better. Thanks, Binarium, he told the witch. Then he turned to Darcetium, now with several questions. So, is it true that you become a number block so you can be with me? Darcetium looked down at the ground in shame. Let me explain. She proceeded to tell the entire story of how she had an immense crush on 22, was fooled by Purple Pros, and became an entirely different type of block, just to pursue her crush. At the end of her story, Nobelium had tears in her eyes. Oh, that's so sad, she cried out over dramatically, wishing that her subject could get a happy ending with the one she loved. The other Chem Blocks looked sorrowful too. Nobody seemed to be upset at Darcetium for her impulsive decision. Darcetium turned to 22 with regret in her eyes. I'm so sorry about this whole mess. I shouldn't be with you. However, 22 disagreed. Darcetium, I can tell you are really sincere about wanting to be with me. And to be honest, I kind of like your back. Darcetium gasped. Really? Yes. Yeah. If only there was a way for us to be together. It was then that Binarium had an idea. You know, I might be able to solve your problem. But first, we better do something good about. She suddenly realized that Purple Prose was gone, with the witch having been too distracted to keep her spells hold on the doll. XXX. A withered flower began to tremble, regaining its color and standing upright as it had before Purple Prose touched it. Nature was busy restoring all the plant life that had been killed in the doll's rampage. and she was making fast progress. 22 and 11 were back at the football field, playing a match while waiting for Mineria and Darcetium to return. Soon the two nuclear chem blocks arrived, with Darcetium holding a golden ring with a glowing green gem on it. It's what? Are you sure? Are you sure this will work? Darcetium asked Mineria. It's worth a shot, the witch replied. Darcetium walked up to 22 and held out the ring. The gem had some of my nuclear energy within it, she explained. If you wear it, you'll become nuclear too, but you'll return to normal if you take it off. With 11's encouragement, 22 took the ring and put it on. His eyes, arms, and legs started glowing bright green, but he didn't feel any different. In fact, he felt great knowing that a solution to this seemingly impossible predicament had finally been found. 22 and Darcetium touched the ends of their arms together, enjoying the fact that they could now make physical contact without one damaging the other. There was no guarantee that this relationship would work out, but they felt confident that they were a perfect match. End of story. Oh, guys, this is over. Oh my gosh, that is the end of A Dangerous Wish. So that's it. After 21 minutes, after 21 and a half minutes, it is finally over. So thank you all so much for watching. That concludes A Dangerous Wish. And that is it for the extra stories, ladies and gentlemen. The next main story starts tomorrow, so thank you so much for watching. And in the meantime, go check out Moshi Monsters Biography and Seven Kid Orchards later on today. And don't forget, we'll have a new episode of Local History coming soon before you know it. Episode 211 will be about ERT1, ERT2, and ERT3. So please stay tuned. For now, thank you so much for watching. I'm your guys, yourself, and I will see you guys tomorrow with another new episode of The World of Blocks. Next time, the time is gone, ladies and gentlemen. It's a brand new story. It's about to start tomorrow. That's right. It's Getting the Point Across, the prologue. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. You do not want to miss it. It's this. We're starting a brand new story tomorrow. It's Getting the Point Across, another main story here on the World of Blocks. So you do not want to miss it. We'll see you tomorrow for a new beginning. Getting the Point Across, the prologue here on the World of Blocks. Until then, I'm your guys, Sanchez. Please remember to like, share this video with your friends, leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also, turn on notifications so that I don't miss a new video. Everyone, please subscribe to notifications so that I don't miss another video from me, as we are on the road to 400 subscribers. Thank you for watching. Make it a fantastic day, and don't remember that Black lives really matter. I'm your guys, Sanchez. Like, share, subscribe. We'll see you in another video. Laters!